Welcome back to Desert Smoke Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at this King Havano cigar. I've never had this one before. Specifically, this is the Black Knight, and it's got a beautiful, beautiful gold band at the foot as well, and the foot band has like wings that are sticking out. I mean, that is an impressive presentation on this cigar. The cigar itself, very dark, very oily. Definitely Maduro. Just the presentation of this reminded me of the Alec Bradley Tempest. And I had a negative experience with that one, but this one looks very, very good, so I have high expectations. Construction looks great. I see a few stems, but seams are invisible. Justin?
Yeah. Gorgeous looking cigar. I mean, that is a dark black Maduro wrapper. I mean, it is just looks like dark chocolate. It is a bit veiny. I see a couple of veins, and it seams are tight, beautiful. Cap looks nice, nice firm pack. It is a box press. It almost feels very dense. It's got, like I said this about a couple other cigars. It's got some weight to it, but gorgeous, gorgeous cigar. Aroma, I just get, it is a Maduro, so as I've said in a few reviews, I have expectations of what a Maduro should be, and I definitely am picking up those earthy, dark, rich, natural tobacco flavors.
There's a little bit of licorice there too.
Yeah, maybe. I definitely pick up that scent of sweet tobacco, but it's just, your typical Maduro flavors, or aromas I should say. It's just very nice, very nice. But
I get a little bit of a, actually it's a pretty heavy dark chocolate at the foot, but yeah, I get a lot of licorice.
See,
Licorice
at the foot, I pick up that licorice you were talking about.
Maybe that's what it is.
I don't really pick up the chocolate, I pick up the licorice. And
It's like a chocolate licorice.
maybe, yeah.
Well, let's get it lit up and see what we think.
Yeah.
Ooh. That first puff, I get a lot of that licorice. Very, very dark. This is definitely going to be a heavy cigar. Yeah, just on the finish, there's some spice. Spice and that licorice and something else, sort of almost like maybe a molasses, but very lingering finish. Lasts a long time for me.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it is right off the light. I definitely tell this is going to be a full-bodied cigar. It is deep flavors. I mean, they go down in your throat. I'm definitely picking up some nice spice to it. I definitely don't want to say pepper. I want to say more like baker spices, like I want to say like cinnamon and those type of more of the sweeter spices, not really the savory spices. Definitely has some hints of earth, a bit of cedar. Definitely getting that sweet, natural tobacco. Not really picking up that licorice though, or anything like chocolate or coffee. But it is just the first light, so we'll see how it develops.
It's got sort of a tight draw. I'll have to puff at least once before I really take a draw. But yeah, I get a lot of that licorice. You may not, but there's definitely that cinnamon is right on the nose. There's cinnamon on the finish. That's what that spice is to me. But Justin, unless you have anything else to add?
Let's get into the first thirds, yeah.
All right, welcome back. We're about 10 minutes into this, what are we smoking?
King Havano Black Knight.
Havano Black Knight. I really enjoyed this so far. Burns a little bit wonky. I have a little bit of tunneling there. It's a little spongy towards the burn, but I'm fine with that because the tastes are really, really, really good. That licorice that I picked up is pretty much gone now, and that's been replaced by a real dark, earthy taste, especially on the finish. The finish is just really long-lasting, and I've gotten like sweet notes. Just kind of a general sweet aftertaste. There's a little bit of pepper there. We were talking about cinnamon, and I still get that cinnamon. It's just a hint. but really, really enjoying this so far. It's definitely a full-bodied cigar, and for me, that's just because I have to puff it twice before I really take a draw. It's definitely a very tightly packed cigar. We were talking about how it had a weight to it, and it's very tightly packed. So it's a little bit of a cigar workout to smoke, but it's worth it because the tastes are spectacular.
I definitely agree. It's, for me, full bodied. I mean, those flavors are boom right there. Strength, I would definitely say about a solid medium. It's not as, there's not a big nicotine buzz with this one for me. Flavors have been just wonderful. A nice earthiness, a nice rich tobacco right there on the front of your palate. And that kind of dies off in the finish as well. So there's a little bit of spice running around in there, cinnamon, a touch of sweet tobacco, all kind of melding into that finish. There's no one flavor in the finish. They're all kind of coming together. It's really enjoyable. Burn, yeah, I'd agree. It's a little wonky. Nothing horrible. I don't know if I have tunneling or not. But, I mean, it's burning fine, so I'm not going to complain. Construction, just pretty decent on this cigar. No complaints. Ash is holding on. So, I think we'll get into the second third.
All right, welcome back. We're about halfway through this. Shoot, I already forgot the name again.
King Havano Black Knight.
My bad. Excellent cigar still. I'm really enjoying this. I've had a couple of burn problems. A little bit of tunneling. I had to sort of restart there, but that's sort of to be expected with a real dark Maduro stick like this. But the taste is still really, really good. I'm picking up a little bit more of that licorice now. There's definitely that real dark, savory taste in the finish, and really putting a name to that is difficult. Because you have the cinnamon and all those different sorts of spices intermingling with that. Justin rated this as a medium, but I would personally call it a full bodied cigar. But yeah, so far, good cigar.
No, I'd agree. It's definitely full body. This cigar has really picked up in strength for me too. Probably medium to full in strength as well. Flavors for me have shifted, and I always like to see a shift in flavors with Maduros. As I said, I still get that nice, rich tobacco and earth, but really the licorice that Wyatt describes, and that's really kind of the best. It's kind of, to me, it tastes a little fresh. It's a little like a, kind of like a spice, and it gives a little twang to it. So I say, licorice would probably be the best flavor to call it, and it's definitely for me the first flavor I get. It's right on the front of my tongue. That dives into that nice rich tobacco and earth, and goes into that cinnamon and spice, a little bit of sweet tobacco. Everything kind of just molds into a nice, pleasant finish. This is an excellent cigar for me. Burn is not perfect. I've touched up once, I think maybe twice, but nothing really major. It hasn't really affected much of the cigar. They might have corrected themselves, but I get a little impatient. Draw's been good. Just no complaints. I mean, it's a nice, characteristic Maduro, and I really do enjoy Maduro sticks. I guess we'll get into the final third, see how it develops.
All right, welcome back. We're at the final third. Not too much flavor change, but definitely a complex cigar otherwise, just especially in the finish, especially in the retrohale. I mean, there's just a lot going on with this cigar, and I've been very impressed. The burn has been a little strange for me, but it usually is with these real thick, oily Maduros. But it's one of those rare cigars that for me is definitely worth all the work that you have to put in. Again, just cinnamon, but kitchen baker's type of spices in the finish. But that smoke is just thick, very creamy, oily. Very good cigar. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give this one probably a 9.5. I mean, it's just got a lot going on. Definitely the type of stick that if you just want to kick back, relax after a tough day, this is a good one. It'll definitely keep your attention, not just because of a little bit of maintenance, but again, absolutely worth it.
I agree. This is an excellent. Always, good flavors. Whether they're, you know, changing a little bit from time to time, they're always really good flavors. It's definitely, you know, a medium to full, probably full. Um, Straight, about the same. Again, I've also had some burn issues almost throughout, but nothing horrible. Draw's always been good. It's nice, oily, leaves a sheen on your lips. Excellent cigar. And Wyatt is right. It is some of the thickest smoke. I don't want to give it a creamy texture, but it is so thick, and it really adds to the dimension of the cigar. In this final third, flavors haven't changed, but they've kind of played different roles. You know, there's that licorice, there's that sweet tobacco, there is the spice in the finish, and then of course that nice natural rich tobacco and earth. But if I had to pick out a flavor that's playing the front, I can't. In this final third, they've all meld into one flavor, and it just, from puff to the end of the finish, it's all about the same, and they're all melding together, and that is actually very pleasant for me. It's you can definitely pick out the different flavors, but there's not one more pronounced than the other. It's just this final third is kind of all melded together, and I really like that. I really enjoy that. For me to rate this again, as well, 9.5. It's really good. To me, it has the complexity. It has the typical characteristics of a Maduro. I like Maduros. No complaints about this cigar. I think it is just excellent. I think it would be good for a special occasion. I think it would pair well with any scotch. I think it would go well with coffee, a dark, heavy beer, anything. I think it is just overall a great stick. So I guess, in conclusion, if you like our reviews, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, greatly appreciated. But until next time, smoke them if you got them.